What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to go into the one game in particular because I've been asked about it a lot. That's the Lions Ravens. We've done pretty well picking both teams this year, so I'm actually looking forward to that game. Typically, I'd cover the Thursday game first, but about I'd say half of the people that are asking about games, like who I like for a particular game, at least half of them are Lions Ravens. I presume it might be the game of the week. So I thought about it, and I am actually pretty confident in the game, and it doesn't change my overall theory too much. Yeah, I appreciate it, Trey. That's dude's a psycho. There's nothing else I can do like to, he harasses our channel, so it is what it is. He can continue to do whatever he wants. So we're just gonna continue doing what we've been doing. But anyway, and I appreciate you, Trey. You're always very helpful. So I've had the same idea all year. Oh, and real quick for the astute observer, the reason I am playing a healthy game of chess here is twofold. The first reason is the more practical reason. I'm playing because every single time I post a video, it's not trying to complain, it's just what happens. I post some type of video, no matter what it's about, it just shows a grainy still shot of my screen. So, like, even if I spend 99% of the video doing one thing, so in this case, I'm not sure how the bots work, to be quite honest, how they decide which image to use, because I pick thumbnails and they just don't work. So I figured people like chess. It's an aesthetically pleasing game, so I figured I would just do this while going over the pick. And you guys can take turns guessing my underwhelming elo. So, as I had said, the reason I do like the Lions to win the game is pretty simple. I think that the Lions still, and I thought at this point in the season, I thought at this juncture it might be a problem, but I don't think it is one. I think the public still is not sold on the Lions. So, even though they've done basically everything you need to do, it's kind of like the Purdy thing where it's like, what else do you need to do? The big difference is, in my opinion at least, the Lions, they haven't really beaten a team that's, again, they beat the Chiefs without their stars. But outside of that, they really haven't done anything, in my opinion, that the public would see as being overly impressive. So I look at the Ravens. It's really their first test, of the year. It's going to be their first big test, and we're going to have, in my opinion, the main story is going to have to be guys like Aiden Hutchinson. So I expect fully Lamar to have one of the not worst games of his season. He's had a pretty good season though, so I do expect Lamar to have a pretty rough game. I think Hutchinson will do whatever need be to keep him under control. That'll at least be the narrative. And I really do think that the Lions will get the win. So I think it's worth going with it on the money line. You're looking at about, it's 3 points. So you're looking at about plus 160-ish, maybe 150-ish. It really depends. I think there's a good chance it moves to 3.5. And of course, if it moves to 3.5, then it's even better. But to me, it just makes a lot of sense that especially because the Ravens haven't been looking too bad. Like, they haven't looked great. They just lost to the Steelers. They had a few issues. But overall, I don't think the Ravens have had a bad year or anything like that. Oh, good. I like trading Queens. So, yeah, I think it's definitely worth taking the Lions on the money line. Now, I was thinking about whether to take them as a leg 2 or a leg 3. I am going to roll with the gambling gods once again. I do believe in the gambling gods, and I do believe that the it's there's teams that we've basically got almost everything right with, and then there's teams we've got almost nothing right with. And one of the teams that we've got basically everything right with has been the Lions. I thought we were undefeated on them. We did miss. I think we missed the cover. We had them covering the Panthers, or no, we had the Panthers covering them because of my metric. Unfortunately, that one didn't hit. But besides that, we hit basically every single game with the Lions. So we did well with them, and we've done well with the Ravens thus far. So I have no doubt that we will get this game, just like I'm about to get this guy here. And like I said, if you guys play chess even, casually, you probably notice I made quite a few blunders this game. Looks like we're going to take it, though. But yeah, I thought it'd be aesthetically pleasing. I watch channels like, there's people that do like movie reviews and things like that. And I don't know if it's for like copyright reasons or why they do it. But they will have, like in the background, they're playing like Minecraft. They don't even like Minecraft. Or they're playing some type of game. And hopefully this guy didn't just leave instead of just finishing out the game. I never resign in chess. But in the background, they'll be playing something, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's a nice balance. So, yeah, I'm hoping this does something to resurge my thumbnails. I'm not kidding when I say it's a complete grainy still shot, like my thumbnail. It's just ridiculous. So I started thinking, well, I could just hover over, the picture of the teams, but it's still a good chance that, like, when I go to the picture itself, like the second that I'm going to it from my phone, it'll capture that. I did that in my last video, actually. I had like just a screenshot that I was over the entire time, and yeah, I think this guy left. Yeah, we have to wait on him. But anyway, the YouTube algorithm just picked up a screenshot, and it's so easy to scroll right by. So it's just my way of trying to combat it. But like I said, for any of my chess fans, you can guess my underwhelming elo. This guy probably made me look better than I am, because he made some questionable decisions, and it looks like he resigned. Usually it gives you a option to claim victory after a minute. But back to the important thing, like I said, the Lions also have a great opportunity, and again, they're pushing Dan Campbell like a Dion type coach, okay? Like, for the first time ever, I think we're going to have a coaching tree where the coaches don't actually come from the guy. They're just going to find ways to connect them, because you can connect Dion to anybody. You can, playing 5 degrees, I call it 5 degrees of Dion. You can connect them to Lamar. You can connect them to anybody because of the guys he knows, of the guys he's played with, things of that nature. So, there we go. Let's claim victory. I think he was done. I mean, split up his bishop pair. Down quite a few points. Well, we got his, I forgot we got his rook too, yeah. Not a very good game for him. That's why I like Finchetto in the bishops early. Sometimes it can really throw them off. But anyway, again, back to the important stuff. I really think the Lions have a good chance, especially because they keep talking about history. I don't think it's a coincidence the Eagles and the Niners lost. So, then even for a week, for the Lions to have the best record in the NFL would be huge. And that could be their moral victory this year, because they're not going to win the whole thing. But I do think that they're going to win. And as far as the Ravens, I don't think they have a terrible game. I just think they're going to make Hutchinson the guy that neutralizes Lamar. He takes away that pass, the rushing abilities, pressuring him. Very akin to Parsons, Herbert, only I think it'll be more pronounced. That's just what I think. Of course I could be wrong. But so that's my pick. We are going to make it a leg 2. For the simple fact that I do respect what they're doing with the Ravens. I don't respect it, but I mean, I respect the Ravens as far as talent and the way they're being portrayed. They're not being portrayed as schlubs, so it's not like there's other teams where I would definitely have the Lions. Like against the Chiefs, it made sense in my opinion. Against a team like Chargers, it makes sense. I don't think it makes as much sense, it's just in my opinion, against the Ravens, but I still think they win. So I'm going to make it a leg 2 for the Lions win. And what's nice, we're getting nice plus odds. So I think we're going to get it. I think the Lions improved too. I think it'll be 6-1. And don't forget, they started something like 1-6 last year. So they love to do these flips. Oh, they were 6-1, now they're 1-6. So that's just my opinion. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. And we're going to make that a leg 2. I'll have the rest of the picks. I'll have some college picks coming out. And, we have, obviously, I just did a futures video. I think you guys find that interesting. But yeah, hopefully this was different. Like I said, if you watch my videos, it's just me basically going over my picks anyway. This is only one pick, so it wasn't like there was a bunch for me to go into as far as ESPN. But I thought, well, maybe this will just jump out to the people that are scrolling. Instead of seeing a still shot, they can see my unremarkable chess skills, and maybe that'll jump out a little more. So we'll have to just do trial and error. Feel free to give me some, new themes. We could just try something, something new each week. Maybe next week I'll play Yahtzee or poker or something. But nah, I don't like to do the poker. I think that's I like playing on my own. But as far as, yeah, the screen, it's just a weird thing I have to deal with. I don't know if you guys have dealt, like, if you guys know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's just like I can't get them to. If you go to my channel, you'll see all my thumbnails. If you're browsing, you'll just see the still shot. So I tried to get a nice little contrast here. But yeah, let me know what you think. I know probably a few people like the Ravens. I still think the public's not going to be sold on the Lions until they beat a team like the Ravens. They beat the Chiefs with an injured squad, so yeah, they can go from, I believe they were 1-6. They might have even been 1-7, but I think it was 1-6. They made the run, and now they're one of the top teams. Over the last X amount of games, since dating back to last season, I think they are the best team. So I think it's a good pick. Obviously, I'll have my Jags pick out too. As you could probably imagine, I'm going to be doing. Oh, Dans, I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you always, having my back and stuff, and I appreciate all you guys in the Discord. I'm assuming you're referring to Jake. Again, the dude copies our picks, calls us an exploit, admits to copying our picks, then goes on a maniacal, rant, making videos about us, getting all angry whenever I point out the fact that he stole our picks, and then thanked me for them. So, I mean, we have the evidence. I think that's why he's mad. I think he just wants a back and forth, too. That's what these guys want. They want drama, things like that. So, yeah, if you're not familiar, is Jake the asshole guy. He's been copying us for over a year now. It's just becoming more blatant lately because he's just copy and pasting us. Had to kick him out of our Discord. I went into all that. So, yeah, I appreciate it, Dan. Again, energy vampires, you really don't give them the attention, and they very quickly, as we saw with Pat Truthner, they very quickly run out of things to do, and it expedites their little midlife crisis that they're going through. So yeah, I appreciate it, Dan's and Trey, everybody in the Discord. That's cool. Everybody on the channel. Like I said, nothing's gonna stop us. As long as 20 people are enjoying and profiting from this, then our channel's gonna continue. Hopefully YouTube doesn't mess that up. Like I said, they're doing a pretty good job with the thumbnail, so trying some trial and error. But yeah, most importantly, like I said, let me know what you think of the Ravens game. If you think that the Lions will win, or if you think, nah, the public's going to be on them for sure. I think the Ravens get it this week. I think we get the Lions. I think having them alone as the undefeated team, Cowboys going on a bye week. I don't think the Eagles and Niners are going to lose again. But even in a three-way race where they're 6-1, they can technically put them number one and say, for the first time ever. So there's a lot of narratives, and I think they all favor Detroit. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.